G'day guys, welcome back to another Collingwood review on the channel, and got a bit of a different setup today for this review. Today, of course, I'll be reviewing the Collingwood versus Geelong clash that occurred a couple of nights ago. It was Collingwood getting the job done by 8 points in a high-scoring affair at the MCG. Definitely one of the better games, and was a pretty good response after two pretty disappointing results in previous weeks. Obviously, I didn't review the game last week, but it was a shocking loss to Hawthorn, a huge upset, and again, we got a few more injury blows out of this game as well. But yeah, overall, it was a decent night and a much-needed win. I think that confirms that we've finished first, so we've won the minor premiership this year. It's a pretty good feeling, pretty good, knowing that, we'll get a home qualifying final at the G, because we always play our best footy at the G. Obviously, we haven't been so great recently, but it was always good to get the job done. It was definitely an interesting game. We obviously didn't start too well. Jeremy Cameron was very, very good. We all know what happened to Darcy Moore, and I'll touch on that a little bit later. But yeah, he obviously kicked 7 Jezza, so he's been going pretty poorly recently. So I guess it was a good confidence booster for him to kick 7. Obviously, we all know what happened last week with Nick Dacos out. Still Sidebottom ruled out during the week. We came in expecting to, play a brand that's, good. But yeah, didn't really know what to expect for this one. Obviously, Darcy Moore being subbed out of the game early with a minor hamstring wasn't the best, and it looked like it was going to affect the impact of the game as well. But we managed to play probably better without him, and it was good to see that he's positive about the injury, and I think we do get him back for the qualifying final, which is good, but he is ruled out for the rest of the season. Not going to take any risks with our players anyway, seeming we've already come first now, so yeah, we can maybe manage a few players heading into the finals. Josh Dacos, the man sitting right next to me, had a fantastic performance. Without his brother, was absolutely superb. 38 touches. Didn't kick a goal, but it was easily best of field, and he's been probably behind Nick, I reckon for this season. So yeah, it was always good to have him step up, and just usual players that would normally step up. A lot of talk has gone into about Jack Crisp and his recent form, so I guess it was good for him to get his hands on it and play a pretty good game. Definitely his best in quite a while. It's also good to see Nathan Murphy step up in defence. He played really, really, really well with Moore out. Obviously, having Moore out is obviously going to affect us down back, and we had to throw Billy Frampton back, who was playing a bit of a second ruck role, but we still managed to cope even with Moore out, which is good. I guess it's always good to show that we can win without Darcy Moore and even, I guess, Nick Dacos. Jack Ginnivan came on as the sub as well and definitely lifted us. We had a very good second quarter. We had a stage where we kicked 7 or 8 goals in a row, which is the same that happened in round 1. So, yeah, we'll definitely take that. Jeremy Howe played forward. Not for the first time, but it was the first full game where he played up forward. He looked pretty good. He started the game off pretty decently. Obviously missed a few set shots, but he'll obviously get better at that as, he gets more games up forward. He's pretty impressive. Kicked 2 goals. Was definitely one of our better forwards. Mychek obviously starred with 5 goals. It was really good to see him hit back some form, because he's been goalless in 4 out of his last 5 games, so it was really impressive to see him kick some goals. Bo McCreary was really good. He's been playing a bit of midfield recently, and yeah, he played pretty well as the high half forward. Dan McStay's been going pretty well, so it was good to see him continue his good form. Obviously, Jamie Elliott's been a bit of a standout in the second half of the season, and he continued his form with 2 goals. Bobby Hill had one of his best quarters I reckon I've ever seen him have in that third quarter. He was just absolutely fantastic. Had 10 touches. He was just absolutely superb. And yeah, I guess that definitely completed the result, having all of our forwards, hitting in, playing well, and all of our midfielders. Pendlebury probably had his best game in a while as well. He's hit a bit of a form slump. Lipinski probably had his best game of the season. Maynard was really good. Mitchell was good, and he hasn't been so good recently. Obviously got subbed out against Hawthorn, and, there was questioned about whether he would stay in the side, but he stayed in the side and he played pretty well, so we'll definitely take that. Jordan Ngoe stepped up in the big moments, had a few little injury scares. I don't think there's anything there though. Same with John Noble, he got a few injury scares as well. Isaac Quainer, of course, was really, really good behind the footy. And apart from Jeremy Cameron, no one else really got out of hand for Geelong in this game. Obviously, Patrick Dangerfield stepped up in the big moments, but apart from that, I feel like we did pretty well, and we just dominated a section of play, and that's pretty much how we won the game. Obviously, Ollie Henry, he was pretty good as well against his former side. We don't really speak of him, but yeah, he kicked 4 goals, and he was a bit of an issue for our defenders down back. But we come in with some decent form heading into this Brisbane game now, Friday night. Another huge game. Expecting a fairly similar, side that came out a couple nights ago that beat Geelong. Hopefully we can get the job done. And we've got Essendon final round. I'll be attending that game. That's for sure. So hopefully we can get the job done and cruise into the finals with some momentum. Because sides often play better with momentum heading into the finals, and it would always be good for us to come in with perhaps 2 out of our last 3 or even our last 3 games, all resulting in wins. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Also hope you enjoyed the new setup. I won't be using it all the time, but I'll be using it most of the time from now on. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.